Comes to the whole like believe all women thing, unless the guy comes out and confesses that he did whatever is alleged to have been done, I'm assuming most men are going to say, I did not do that. Mm-hmm. So if we say believe all women, that smuggles in disbelieve men.
Yeah, and it can mean that we have situations where people lie on it, and that's terrible. But it
happens a lot.
Yes, but it's better.
We have
as a call taker, it happens a lot.
Yes.
Women blame men for things that men never did to them. But oh, he ghosted me. Oh, he dumped me.
Wait, is your husband a law enforcement officer?
No.
No. Okay, but you're. Can you speak more on that, the whole, as a 911 operator, I mean, what's your experience with, you're saying that a lot of these, or I don't know if it's a lot, but you've encountered a lot of false accusations.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what's your thoughts on that?
You know, I've encountered way more false accusations than I have it's a real call.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Sad.
Yeah, it's
Such
really
a waste
sad.
of time.
I had one woman on the phone who was afraid, that had claimed that she was assaulted, and she said it was a hobo did it to her in some alley when she was walking the dog, and as it turned out, she had an affair. She was having an affair.
So that's a woman avoiding accountability.
And so did you dispatched some police officers to the scene,
Oh,
though?
yeah. No, out to her house.
And
it was when the deputies did all their talking and figuring it out that she confessed and was like, well, okay, no, it didn't really happen. But, I mean, I can remember asking her vividly, what did his voice sound like? Did he have an accent? What did he smell like? What, anything. And she's like, I just blacked out. I just blacked out. I just blacked out. And
do you are you friendly with the police officers? So how did you because I'm assuming you're not staying on the call the entire time. They go out, they investigate a bit. Do you talk to them sometimes after?
Yeah, we'll call sometimes if it's something that's really kind of eating at you. I'll call them up or I would call them up and say, hey, how did that end? And then they'd say, oh, this happened or that happened.
And so wait, how for that 15 years that you were a 911 operator, you're saying that the majority of the calls you got were a woman was alleging that she had been raped, essayed.
In calls where women alleged they were assaulted, there were more of the false calls than the real calls. Yes.
But when you say, because I know sometimes they differentiate this, because I want to be charitable on this topic. There's a difference between, I think the terminology is it unfounded? I don't know if that's the term, versus false. So I guess unfounded would be there's not enough probable cause to determine, the police who are investigating, there's, it could have happened. But there's not enough evidence, either based on her testimony or, whatever. Well, I guess I don't know.
I haven't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kind of, yeah. Honestly, by the time they weed it out, it's either usually when they're getting there and they're talking to the girl will generally admit that she's making it up.
Oh,
before it even gets to the point of through the questioning, because their stories change. It's they'll say one thing to this call taker, and then one of the cops will get there and they'll say something different to him, and then major crimes will get out there and maybe they'll say something different to him. The story will change a little bit each time.
And so you're saying it's not just that there was a lack of evidence. These women would admit that it was false.
Yes.
Interesting.
And you're saying the majority of the calls you got, they admitted to it being false.
Usually, yeah. You'd be amazed at how much of it, and that's why it pisses me off when chicks do that.
Crazy.
Because when women are really assaulted, or the other thing that'll happen is dad walks in on daughter having sex, and he claims the boy was raping her. Raping her.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that was not the case at all. It was consensual, but that's his minor daughter.
Yeah.
Well, my minor daughter wouldn't, and all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, he was, it's like, come on.
I have a question.
Also, but do you ever recall, like, I don't know if the officers who would relay this information to you, do you recall, like, would the women ever say the reason, like, why they made it up? Was it like regret? Was it revenge? Were there any, like, primary reasons?
Generally, it was a revenge thing, or they were screwing around and didn't want to get caught.
Yeah, a lying woman is
usually
a
a big
dangerous woman.
Yeah, that's usually the big one. They don't want to get caught.
Damn.
Wow.
Anyways, well, we'll move off of that, but thank you for sharing that with me.
I have a question though. Is there consequences for women that do that? Like,
There should be, but a lot of times there aren't. They just kind of let it go, and,
Women.